So the Cowboys trying all they can to get that roster together. And especially this offseason is a weird one because we got to look back at this and face the fact that the Eagles got them another Super Bowl. And they've been moving things as it relates to their front office. So now that the Cowboys looking at another Super Bowl that the Eagles have lifted up, they are trying to add Ken Dorsey to the role of offense somewhere. I don't think that he will be the offensive coordinator. We already got that. This could be in the area of qualities control, or it could be in the areas of quarterback coach. But Ken Dorsey will be in the building, and it appears that he may be the next coach that's hired under Shadi's regime. So I went and did some quick studies on Ken Dorsey. When he was with the Bills, of course, he got let go, but at the time when he was there, they finished out pretty much top ranks on offense. We can take that neither here nor there. We can look at the other fact of it just like this, Cowboy Nation. When he was with the Browns, they did finish in top 5 or top 6 in rushing. And, of course, we've seen what the Browns looked like last season. So I don't know, man, but I can tell you that he's expected to join the Dallas Cowboys and what will be the direction and the looks for the foreseeable future. The Cowboys, in general, we better make sure we are making the right and proper moves. This offseason going to count a lot. We will see the Cowboys on the free agent side. If they make any moves, we'll see it coming a mile away. We got a negative $2.9 million in the hole over the cap, basically. So the moment we get a chance to see any of these boys moving contracts around, there should be a name that's attached to it. Now, I'm all down for bringing in more and more weapons, more and more coaches in here. Just like, hey, no offense to Jeff, Blasco's of the world, no offense to Scott McCurley's. You know, somebody was like, man, it is offense to those boys. And Mike Solari and Scott Tolzien, Lean Kazine, whatever Kazine he may be as it relates to him being a quarterback coach. If Ken Dorsey can come here and move some weight around to help, I'm all down for it. And especially not in the role that he had in the previous years. He's no longer an offensive coordinator, so whatever steps that it can take for him to be the best version of himself and to help this team out, let's get it. I still think that, ladies and gentlemen, the Cowboys should look into this opportunity in the draft and get playmakers. I'm not fixated only on Ashton Genty. I'm not fixated only on Tet or Luther or Ibuka. You know, I'm not fixed on any of those guys. But if they are the best player available, make sure that you make the proper decision when it's time to drafting those boys, because at the end of the day, we can't afford to be sitting around here, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen the Eagles just lifted up a Lombardi trophy. The Washington team could have been there on the same stage. We are a team that when you look at the Giants, they could be a quarterback away. They could be, now I ain't going to say Saquon Barkley because he was there, right? But they could be a running back away from changing the impact of what they can bring to the table as well. So we ourselves got to figure it out. We got to hold the Joneses' feet to the fire. They said they're going to get out here in free agency and do something. Maybe look at it differently. Well, we got to hold their feet to the fire, right? We can't just, and no offense to Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert, right? But at some point, they got to look into the mirror and say to themselves, can we get better in that room, right, with wide receivers? Shout out to Ryan Flanoy. But iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel. If it's a situation and scenario, if we can get a Cooper Kupp, yes, that's a move for us. But Law, he's washed. Well, on the same thing, is he better than Jalen Brooks? Is he better than Jalen Tolbert? Is he better than Mingo? You know. So we got to look at it from the complete picture of competing. And the way you compete on this level, believe it or not, like Ripley's, is during the offseason. Don't play around with your food. The last 10 to 15 Super Bowls won. They did it something in free agency. They did something as it relates to trade acquisition. So their acquisition game was good. We just can't lean on. We just can't lean on draft picks. No. And also, Jerry, there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. Open up that wallet. You got more years behind you than in front of you. So if you really want to get some changes and some change that we can absolutely see, then make sure you get the best quality of coaches out there, right? And, hey, if you want to add them, add them. And that is Ken Dorsey. So we will be taking a real good look at what, everything can transpire from there. But I'm going to say this again. This report is brought to you by Rap Sheet. So reach out to them, you know what I'm saying? And Mike Garofalo, So make sure y'all reach out to them and check the sources on that. But according to them too, Ken Dorsey should be hired here in the few or the next following days. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's figure this out, too. We out. Peace.